Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. You know what I was thinking about is high school. In high school, when I was in high school, I was a bullet. But my mother had to remove me from my friends and so that I could get focused on high school. And I went to a business high school. And in the business high school, you had to wear hats, you had to wear suits, stockings, heels. Every day you had to wear that. And you couldn't have a run. You always had to have an extra pair of stockings. So I remember going to high school, Jones Commercial in Chicago, and I learned a lot. I wish I would have kept up with what I had learned, because I was learning stenography. I was learning, well, we had a lot of things going on. I was automatically in the choir. But stenography, I was learning now. And before I went to the business college, I was learning Spanish. I wish I would have kept up with that. You think about it. I think about it now. I'm supposed to turn, y'all, because I got my mind focused on talking to you guys. But I wish I would have kept up with that, because it's needed. Right now, it is very much needed. So it's like, Lord, you blew it, Linda. Just to think of being a stenographer or bilingual. But that's all right. God has made it up to me. So I was just thinking about that. And yeah, it's like, wow. So, but I'm so appreciative of my mom. She's gone on and resting. May her heart, soul, mind, and body rest in peace. But yeah, I was thinking about how she pulled me out. She pulled me out of I used to go to Simeon in Chicago. And I stayed in trouble. I stayed in trouble. So I had to get out and go where I could benefit. I learned and gained office skills when I was in high school. And my first job was, I had an office job, but then I went, for some reason, I wanted to be with children. So I went into daycare. I went to be a caregiver and assisted a daycare, or home daycare. And guess what? I opened my own home daycare. And so I was just reminiscing today about the goodness of God and all that He has done, all that He has performed in my life. I remember as a little girl walking. It was dark. I can see it right now. It was so dark outside, and I had got off the bus, and then I was walking, but this vehicle, I'm telling you how much the devil is a trickster. There was a vehicle that was like one of my family members' vehicles. I mean, exact. Tinted windows and everything. So they blew for me. So I'm like, oh man, my family member finna pick me up and drop me. And when I got in when I opened the door, I didn't even open the door to look at them. I put one leg in the car, and it was nothing but God had me to turn to look to see this was not your family member. And immediately I jumped out the car. I would have been kidnapped, y'all. It was a man. And God knows I will never, ever forget that. But now when people blow at me, I don't even pay attention. I really don't. But I have my own vehicle, so I'm not going to be needing a ride. But just the fact that I could have been a kidnapped victim. I don't know if he was a murderer, molester, or what. But I remember putting my foot in that car. I had one on the outside of the car. I hadn't even closed the door. And God helped me and gave me the strength to jump out of that car and run. And I have never been the same when it comes to stuff like that anymore. People picking me up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So doing Ubers and all that kind of stuff, I know it's something that has to happen, but I have never, ever used it in that sense anymore. So, and Ubers wasn't back then. They only had cabs anyway. But it's just so many things just run through your head, and you're just appreciative of what God has done and what He's doing in your life. But I think and reflect on today. But I'm not going to hold you guys. You all reflect on God's goodness, what He's brought you through, what He's brought you out of. Don't take it for granted, and don't take it as it was it was like happenstance or it was coincident. No, it was the hand of God preserving, watching over you, taking care of you. That's what it was. It was the hand of God. All right, so you keep walking it out. Have a blessed day in Christ Jesus. I love you with the love of Christ. Peace out.